All right. Kim Kardashian. She's only interesting to me right now because she does have a new love. At least that's what's being reported. And she's being seen with Lewis Hamilton, race car driver, I believe. Anyhow, let's see where she's at on her path of love and how is this relationship playing out and what the issues may be. But in her overall energy, there is a child, one of her children, her daughter, one of her daughters, is a highly sensitive child, and they may have issues with this relationship, and that may be it may be because the child has a heavy workload and mom isn't present. Or there's something amiss with this child, and they're a highly sensitive child, gifted, and they're being open and honest, and they are a child. All right. However, as far as like her path to love, she's considering her long-term goals and for the future, and that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I don't see that this relationship is going to pan out at all because of what's coming up for Kim is like this explosive personality, right? Because she has this people-pleasing aspect. So she's not real with the person that she's with. She's not being honest. It creates all of this turmoil. Then she erupts, and it comes off as as deceptive because she's not being honest within her relationships or with herself, and it's because she's codependent, right? She needs constant validation from her partner or people around her, and this is something that's been going on and on and on for a long period of time according to these cards. Nothing that I say here is true or relevant. I'm just giving my thoughts and opinions based on these cards, picture cards. So no truth or anything here. However, this is the reading. So there's the explosive personality disorder, and she has a heavy workload, and she doesn't see that lifting anywhere in the near future. But we have the fawn, and this is impacting her children, especially this one child. She's very sensitive to the situation, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kim is trying to get married, and it'd be kind of like trying to manipulate her way into a marriage. Let's put it that way. It blows up in her face, though. And it's what it really is that she's codependent and needs all of this validation. And she's just beginning, like she hasn't even begun to really see this pattern in herself yet, but she will in the near future, where there's this revelation that she realizes that she is not being honest with herself and how deceptive that is. And that, like, even though she's doing all of this people pleasing, like the pick me, like me, it's phony. It's fake. It's not real because she's not being authentic or true. And she needs to work on that. So like get out of that codependent thing and stop being so reliant, on some other person to make you happy, so forth. You know all the things. But this justice being here is letting me know she's a Libra, that it's her that has this secret, right? It's her that is hiding herself from the world, from her partner, from her relationships. And this has been going on for a long time. And she's not ready to release her workload. And, she explodes. That's it. It's just bottom line. It's kind of an explosive personality because she's a bit of a hypocrite, expects things done the way that, do things my way, not the way that I do them. Control. Anyhow, we have, as far as like how this relationship is playing out, she feels like, oh, we're soulmates, but that's a lie. Right, because she's a liar, and the liar in the sense that she's not honest with herself. about being a people pleaser and like overly trying to bend over backwards to make somebody love you, right? And then we have more children are involved and there's fear. Like, because it seems like when mom gets involved in dating, she becomes very inconsistent with the child, and the child is afraid that this is happening again, and it's a roller coaster and it's up and down, and she has this pattern of submission and emotional neglect. So it's almost like, excuse me, it feels much like Kim is very much the way that I absorb Chris, right? This pattern of emotional neglect. Chris is so self-centered, and I feel that Kim has that too, and she's passing this on and needs to learn this lesson and listen to the child that is really they're being honest, and it may be hurtful, or she may feel like she's defeated because she's a single mom, blah blah blah, and it's affecting her dating. That self-centeredness, like, but listen to your child, because your dating life is affecting them. And I feel false promises have been made, to the children. And it's a huge responsibility, but it's one that she took on, the single parenting, right? Like, where Kanye isn't as active a parent. At least that's what's perceived and what's put out there from time to time. He gallivants across the globe with his new wife, and who knows where he's at and how much time he spends with his children. But there's emotional neglect, and it's a repetitive pattern. So repetitive patterns and patterns of being submissive, right? But then exploding because you're submissive and you're doing everything that you think that your partner wants, but it doesn't work out. And then you get upset and you explode. And it's almost like a relationship for Kim is just too much work. And her children, right now it is anyway, and her children are feeling it. One of her daughters in particular, really letting her know that when she begins these dating process, that she, is dropping the ball on things that she said that she would do, all because she found new love, and she's love, and kind of like creating this emotional neglect toward I'm going to say the children, because that's what's coming up. We have children are involved. We have girl, child, and purity of heart and purity. That's very innocent and much childlike energy, but it very clearly states children are involved. And they're not liking this, and she needs to sit down and have a conversation with them, because, like, don't be a hypocrite. You need to learn this lesson. Kim. And this has been ongoing because it's a repetitive pattern. So, like, and the kid is old enough to express themselves and say, hey, I don't like this. This isn't what I'm afraid that this is happening again because you aren't fulfilling the things that you say, and you're being inconsistent, and it's all because you fell and bumped your head and feel like you found a soulmate or whatever. She's trying. We have galactic love, innate, infinite creativity, and spiritual harmony. So she's looking for harmony, right? And she wants that love. But she does have this child that has, but she has like this heavy workload, and it's hard to find that work-life balance. It's not only her work life, she also has her children's work lives that she has to balance too, because they're all entertainers at this point and paychecks, That's what I have for Kim Kardashian. It doesn't look like this is going to work out.